That's it.
Hey,
Hello?
we are live. Again, welcome to those that are joining right in. Welcome to another edition of Outside the Box Live, your weekly therapy session for whatever you want to get therapy for. We are here. Now, Fred is not here with us this week. He said he's not going to be here. And why am
Fred
I
P is on assignment.
He is. Why am I not showing on my what you call it? Maybe I just didn't do the thing right.
Ouch. Ouch.
Hello to our Instagram people. We are live on Instagram. Hello, what's going on? Why am I not showing on? He has to catch up. Oh, yep. We are live on.
Ow! Sorry, nobody's using nails.
We're live on YouTube. Okay, we're good to go. Everything's just slow tonight, I think. All right, so tonight's episode. Spring's here. Summer's going to be here around the corner. So I want to reach out to everybody and say, what do you guys do for summer fun? That was my initial game plan.
I sit in air conditioning and drink.
Me too.
On a sad note, I'm dedicating tonight's show to the GF's dad. The GF's dad passed away last night. So,
sorry.
Yeah, he went. It was very quick. He didn't suffer. So tonight's show is dedicated to the GF's dad.
Owen, down.
So, but also, last night I went to Five Guys just to hide for a half hour or so.
A boldy girl.
I'm sitting there, and a guy walks over. He's like, "You're not doing a video tonight?" I said, "No, not tonight. I did Five Guys before." Here, his name is Len. He watches the shows. I don't know if he watches us on Saturday nights or just the videos, but Len, thank you. It was nice meeting you. He was getting Five Guys too.
Hey. Ouch.
Well, it'd be kind of awkward if he was there getting Olive Garden.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see.
Maybe he followed him in.
Maybe. No, it was about, they closed at 11. It was about 9:30-ish. And they weren't busy, but I walked in and the guys were there. Really, really, the guys back there are really cool. They're like, "Hey, what's going on? What can we get for you?" Blah, 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 blah. Basic double cheeseburger with everything on it. The only thing I don't like about Five Guys, it's expensive.
Never been there.
Me neither.
So, as you can see, guys, I got a new haircut. Got it all gone.
Let me scroll down a little. Yeah.
Got new buzz. I was over at Holiday Hair. Someone give the Holiday Hair people in Pittston a throw out, shout out. That's where I was at.
I got my hair cut there when I was 13.
They were there in Pittston at 13?
The Pittston Mall.
Let's see, was Holiday Hair around when we were 13? I don't remember. Maybe it was.
Oh, yeah, it was around since we were little.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You think I wouldn't because, I'm, the last person in the world who's, talking about getting haircuts. But...
Well, you would remember the tragedy.
No, actually, I remember the 20-something woman with her breasts in my face when she was washing my hair and just thinking how amazing it was. I mean, I was a 13-year-old boy. The hormones were raging. And, so that's what made it memorable.
Oh, I bet. It's,
Mommy's baby.
So, yes, everyone, we do not have Fred this week. So if any of you guys that are watching want to step up and be the fourth guy or gal tonight, let me know. We'll bring you on.
Fourth person.
Give us your insight of...
What's up, Willow?
Are you fighting with the cats?
We should just give the cats their own camera.
I should.
Yeah. The cat cam. We can do that. It's
That's Momo with her 2-inch tail.
Okay, so now last week I forgot we were talking about it. I'll show you a little bit later on. For all you that are looking for a tumbler, we have the Outside the Box Live tumbler now. I remembered to make one. And so yeah, we're happy everybody's here tonight. Now, I'm vowing this year to go to Knoebels. I vow that every year and I never get there. I'm vowing to go this year. But we got Memorial Day cookout coming. That's one of my I love my buddy throws a party every year. So guys, anybody out there, you guys like to do for Memorial Day? Well, wait, we got Easter coming up first, don't we? Yeah, we have Easter coming up first. What does anybody do out there for Easter? Is it traditional? Do you do your own thing? Let's hear it. What's going on? Let's chat.
Mike makes meatballs.
Mike always makes meatballs.
I don't know for Easter.
I haven't made them in a while. Ever since I found out that wheat noodles, like whole wheat noodles, won't hurt me, I've been kind of eating a lot of pasta, wheat pasta, and gaining weight. So, because it's not that the carbs are less; they're not. It's just that the sugars and there aren't anywhere near as many sugars in it, and it breaks down a lot slower. It has low glycemic index and all that good stuff, so I can actually tolerate it. But it does put weight up. It does put weight on you.
I got you. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I like pasta.
If you do, I love pasta, and I miss it. And I used to always think that wheat pasta was disgusting, but I'll tell you what, if you do it with olive oil and salt, it tastes about the same.
Speaking of pot, so last Sunday night, okay. Hi, Steph. Hello to you in New Jersey.
Hi, Steph.
It's
hello.
So
I'm sorry you're in Jersey.
Not yet, Jance. That's gonna be my next attempt.
I can see him doing that too.
I can. That might one of these days. You never know. When the weather breaks, when we broadcast out from the backyard, I know that. Once the weather breaks, I have a little table. Put the laptop on the table. There we go.
I'll be right here with Darth Vader above my head.
Yeah, I don't know where the red's coming from. I have no clue how that's doing it, but I'm like, all right, it's doing it.
No.
What's going on, Jance? How you been? How's Mrs. Jance?
It's a nice contrast because I'm green. I'm always green because I have a green light up there that I turn around.
And I don't have a red light. I just have a normal light. Nothing fancy dancy. It's just a regular Family Dollar light.
A Family Dollar light? Oh my goodness. I was just there today.
Yes, you were.
Working.
Family Dollar General.
Yeah, over in Exeter, it's the Family Dollar General, or Dollar Tree,
Dollar Tree,
something like that.
Family Tree Dollar General.
There we go. Last Sunday, a new place opened in West Pittston called Luca Pizza. Now they're not open. They're not open on the. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask if it's on the second floor.
It's on this. No, it's in West Pittston. It's the old B3Q building. Now they're not open on Sundays normal, but they did a soft opening, and they got packed. They were jamming. They've been jamming all week. Food's really good. Pizza's good. Wings are good.
Can you stop?
I'll take that as I like the Heat Miser. Actually, I like the Snow Miser better, but I'll take Heat Miser. The year without a Santa Claus.
Smell Miser?
No, Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Oh, okay. I thought you said smell.
No. But so I'm looking forward to the Memorial Day cookout. It's a yearly thing for me. Make my homemade chili sauce. It's Then I did actually. I went down to. I dropped stuff off at the Goodwill down in Plymouth. Jonathan. I didn't have my camera. It was out in the car on my phone. I was dropping off like I had a bunch of old plates and stuff, and just to get rid of. You'd be surprised we could find in a like Goodwill or things places like that. Find some good, interesting stuff.
Stop.
That's where I got my first computer from.
Ow.
Like my first good one.
Oh, they had a family emergency, so they shut down at 3. I saw it on their Facebook. Something family something. I don't know the whole story, but yeah. So they'll be back open Monday morning.
God bless you. God bless you.
Kitty sneezes.
Yeah, that's Momo.
But
my name is Luca. I live on the second floor.
Okay, that's where it came from. That's all right. I was slow.
I live upstairs from you.
So
yes, I think you've had my pizza before.
So Jans, what are you guys doing for spring Memorial Day? Any plans?
God bless you. Cut it out. That's enough of that. No.
Definitely sitting in air conditioning, drinking Yukon Jack.
So, was this your first week full week back in, or no, to the office?
Oh yeah, and I took Thursday and Friday off, and I'm also off on Monday. They're offering liberal leave for people, to readjust their lives or whatever. I've just been using the time to do some spring cleaning. Like I had some leave saved up, and I decided to have like a mini staycation. Mainly because I knew they wouldn't refuse it. So
right. It's
and it's a long way to Memorial Day, which is the next government holiday.
Actually, Easter's first, I think.
We don't have Easter off.
Oh yeah, it's Sunday. Neither do we. But tell you, it's next holiday.
No, I mean we don't get Good Friday off. I mean you could take it if you want to work religious time, but no, it's not considered Easter, Good Friday. None of that's considered a government holiday.
No, it's not with us either.
Yeah, it's considered a religious holiday.
So,
which brings up a good point, because a lot of people feel as though like government employees get like a lot of holidays. We actually don't.
No, we follow the federal holidays, even though Cognizant's not a government ran, but we still follow it because we're with Medicare. And yeah,
right.
really we don't. And with us, the ones that they do give, because we're on the phones, we have to be there. So, we get double pay for it, which is fine with me. But some of them we don't even get them either.
Like if you want to talk like government holidays, like a government entity that gets a lot of holidays, local government. Your municipal government gets a ton of holidays. Like they get Flag Day off in the city.
It's now we'll get Memorial Day off. We'll get Labor Day off. July 4th. And then basic holidays like Christmas.
Don't forget June the 10th.
No, we don't get that off.
Really? We do.
We get it. We get that as a floating holiday. We get it as a floater, but we don't actually have it off. We get it as a floater.
No, we have it off. It's considered. Biden declared it a federal holiday, so we get it.
Now, all the other the offices, all of them are shut down. But because we're on the phones, we have to be there. But it's a really dead day, and 9 out of 10 they offer voluntary time off to leave. Who wants to leave early?
Okay.
But
I guarantee I'll be working.
oh yeah, probably.
I like having it off. June 19th is actually my mother's birthday.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a nice way to, have a day to remember my mom.
Yeah, definitely. Today's the 22nd.
Like the whole Juneteenth thing is like big in like the South and the Southwest. I mean, I'd never even heard of it until they gave it to us as a holiday.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't either. I'm like, if you have Juneteenth off, why? Like what is it? Then I went online and read about it.
Well, I keep up with the news, so I remember the announcement. It's like, okay, that's interesting. What's that about?
Ooh.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's actually something big. Like Texas, it's really big. People treat it more or less like Memorial Day. They have cookouts and stuff like that. And yeah, like I said, I mean, like really, like I said, it was mainly a thing in like the South and the Southwest.
Sorry, Molly. Just making noise.
You're making a lot of noise there. You might wake me up.
Like I said before we went on the air, Saturdays when I can sleep late, I was up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I fell asleep about 3, woke up at like 6:37, couldn't fall back, said to hell with it. As all you 12 wonderful people that are watching right now, I got a haircut this morning over at Holiday Hair in Pittston. Then I left there. Oh, actually, I went to the hardware store in between that whole thing. It's I had to go to the hardware store.
Nikki's Willow.
Oh, it's a kitty.
She's the baby. Right, baby? Right? I woke up to her the other day, knocking my nose. Like, come on, wake up.
I was actually up at 9:30 today. I was nodding off a lot last night. I did a lot of cleaning yesterday, so I was kind of tired. I was tired from that.
Said I went to Five Guys around like 9:30. Again, hello, Len. It was nice meeting you. Not Lenny, who hangs out with us here. Different Len. Went home, logged into work for like 10:30. By like was it around 11:30?
Thank you, Gina.
Welcome. It's and again, those that are just tuning in, last
Gina's
night
taking her flannel off.
she's stripping.
Yeah.
But in sincerity, the GF's dad passed away last night, so I'm dedicating this show to him tonight. He was a good guy. But he had health issues, and he was hurting for a little while. He had his issues, and so he was called. If people believe in the after, he was called home last night, and that's where we're at there. So I had everything going into the show tonight, and that just kind of took the fire out of my wood out of my fire, or however that you want to say it. But which brings up another topic. Who believes? Now I know some people believe when you die, you're thrown, either you're cremated or you're thrown in a box, thrown in the ground, and that's it. Does anybody believe that there's actually an afterlife, or is it just you're in a box?
Do you really want to go there with me?
Oh, yeah.
Topic for the show. Let's talk paranormal tonight. Well, we can talk about spring too, and what people do in the summertime, cookouts, all that other stuff. We can mix
Oh
it
my
up,
God.
throw a little paranormal in there.
What I understand to be true is not anything that would be considered paranormal, at least to anybody. Okay, you have to understand, first of all, what would be in history, throughout history, considered to be, if you're going to throw a label on it, a hermeticist, which means I follow the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, also known as Thoth to the Egyptians, mystic, scholar, scribe to the gods, essentially. The Christian equivalent to him would be Enoch in the Old Testament. The short answer is there's really no such thing as death, because you're existing in an illusion anyway, and all you really do is wake up from the illusion. That's the short answer.
Oh, okay. It's pretty interesting.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because Willow is putting her hand into the bowl of water here, her paw, and wondering why her paw is getting wet.
Anybody's main goal in life should be the destruction of the ego, because the ego is a false representation of yourself that's based in fear, and you should be able to, that's kind of the goal of life, is to destroy the ego and move forward without it. And that's pretty much almost impossible to do to, like a 1,000% extent. I also mix a lot of Buddhist teachings into, but I mean, everything you're existing in right now, this is an illusion. This is a projection. The Buddhists firmly believe that. And in my experience, essentially, the atoms, like I'm sure, everybody's heard of the Hadron Collider and smashing particles, looking for the God particle, all that good stuff. Basically, they're taking atoms and smashing them to pieces, and then taking the pieces and smashing those things to pieces, which is kind of, in a lot of ways, stupid. All the atoms are pixels. They're pixels in the projection.
I see. It's
all there really is consciousness, and then people try to convolute and make consciousness like something something really complicated, and it is. All consciousness is awareness with a choice. That's it.
That's a different way of putting it.
Like I said, I could talk about this for literally hours.
So tonight, I'm not on my game plan because that just threw me off my game. You're saying Memorial Day 2 months away. I was fired up for this Memorial Cookout the day after I left the last one. I mean, every year we have a great time. We eat, we relax, and he lives out in Thornhurst, so nobody can get a hold of you because there's no cell out there unless you hook to his Wi-Fi. Nobody can get a hold of you. Nobody bothers you. You watch deer walk by. You eat food.
Food is always a good thing.
Oh yeah, you take a nap on the deck. You fall asleep in these big ass chairs he has. And somebody eventually wakes you up, but no, it's a good time. It's a good time. Now, even though yes, Fred's not here this week, he's on assignment. Looking at his channel, looks like his latest video, Catastrophe in Coal Mine, the Buttonwood Mine Explosion. Might take a look at that a little bit. We'll watch that a little bit.
I was going through my library yesterday. I found a book he might be interested in.
That's always a good thing. We like the Mike videos. the South or the North Maine videos that are interesting?
Well, eventually I'll have another one coming out. I haven't been getting to it.
Have you been seeing any action over in North End? Or
A little bit here and there. Nothing major.
And all right, for 2 weeks, you guys in the chat are bringing up a tumbler. You know, we need a tumbler. So now we. Where's my mouse? There it is. So now we got the tumbler, and let me see. Let's show that really quick here. Check out the Outside the Box live tumbler for all you guys that like tumblers.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like show a picture. I was gonna.
Oh, not on this one. No, just
okay.
a little picture there. Just the link to the website. And if you guys want to donate to the food cause, always click the QR code up near Gina's head. Gina's head this week. And
there it is. There it is.
But yeah, so also last week, where was that? Keystone Restaurant in Scranton. That was pretty neat. That was pretty cool. That's like a throwback to the 80s, like almost literally. Let's
Craptabulous. What's up?
What's up, Craptabulous? How you been? Oh, I did check out your live last week, Craptabulous. It was for game. It was pretty cool. I'm not really a big gamer, but I liked your. We were watching your video.
Yeah, we were watching it live on our live stream. If that makes sense.
We were watching you live as you were live.
It's like this thing we have at work. They call it think twice first.
Yeah.
And I always say like, oh man, I thought first twice and I hurt myself.
But that was pretty cool. Like you were shooting stuff. That was pretty cool. I like that. For those that
I'm alive.
Yeah, still breathing. We're doing good.
I'm covered in cats again.
Cats or tats?
Cats. I'm not covered in tats.
Liberty.
Yeah, you heard that?
I heard that.
All right, guys. I just put in the chat the link to Fred's channel. He has a new, it's called Catastrophe in Cole County, the Buttonwood Mine Explosion.
Coal country.
We're going to take a look at that eventually, a little bit later on. Or maybe I'll do that now. I don't know. Or almost. But if you haven't liked this channel, you can subscribe to all our channels, actually.
Oh.
What are you doing, Willow?
Okay. Well, this is kind of an IRL.
I've been at my job. I'm doing LEPs. They're a pain in the ass. I mean, they're not hard. It's just processing their letter. It's just pain in the ass because like we're doing like thousands a day. You get bored.
The IRL could. No, IRL only means one thing.
You guys,
I was thinking of something else.
I'm trying to move around here. I can't even move.
The cats are taking over.
Two of them laying on my lap. Mishka on my shoulder.
They took over a long time ago.
Willow's in front of me, shaking her paws off the sheet. Got wet.
After sticking in the bowl.
She has I guess she had litter on her paws. And now there's litter in the bottom of the water bowl, and she's trying to catch it.
So grab type is what we're doing is for Medicare. They're called LEP forms or late enrollment penalty forms. So long story short, members that just came onto the Medicare prescription drug program on the 1st have to fill out who they had coverage with last year and who is the provider. And enrollment's getting bashed with they're getting hit with like thousands upon thousands of files a day. Excuse me.
You're talking to somebody who works the government and in enrollment. So
Yeah, that's what I was just explaining to Crep Tappers. I don't know if you knew or not, but so they in the enrollment department, which department I work in, they have like a file department that just processes just all the files. Well, we're actually now helping them because they're getting hit so hard, it's not funny. And here's what kills me. I'll pull up the image viewer, and our image viewer, I'll look at their letter. They can't write worth a shit. Their writing is terrible. So I'm trying to sit there and figure out, is this an O or is it a 0? Is it a B or is it an 8? I was more trying to figure out the Medicare numbers than I do looking at the account itself.
I love it when I get to call people, and I have to try to explain to them that we cannot process an application without a date of birth and social security number. What do you mean? You're the government. You know everything. And it's like, okay, look, you're thinking of the NSA, all right? They have a bottomless black budget, all right? I work for the SSA. We're underfunded. We're understaffed. We have no budget. And it's like, if I could triangulate your position using satellite technology, and then glean your name, social security number, and date of birth from your address or something, don't you think I would have done it? My favorite thing is AARP. And remember, the Social Security Administration will never ever call you. Every time I hear it, I scream at the television. Do you understand how much harder you're making my job? At least one person every day quotes me that AARP commercial. And it's like, look, the day AARP becomes a part of government is the day I quit.
Good to go. What's your favorite food?
Actually, what what the agency actually says is that we'll never call you unsolicited. Sending an application or a report or something, that's a form of solicitation. You're open.
And you know what? I heard a commercial the other day. I forget who it was, but they said the SSA will never ask you for your personal information, like your date of birth or your social security number.
That's also untrue.
Yep. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, wait a second. They have to.
To verify identity, sometimes we have to.
There is no other way to verify identity. Hey, Venger.
What's up, Venger?
That's why I always recommend all free clear for
Well, your pocket's getting all dirty now.
It's a key part of my
Especially to go use the litter box.
gentle for my skin and hers too for an effective clean that's gentle on skin. All you need is all free clear. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little
What?
with a big story to tell.
I think Jen fell asleep again.
What? Fist in my eyes. It's I had a long day today. It's
I don't know. There's some disembodied fourth person screaming about diabetes back there.
yeah, that's
The Guardians commercial.
yeah, Guardians. Yeah, I forget it picks it up to TV audio. It's. Let's see. What's up, Avenger 6? How you going? How's it going tonight? How is Texas? Hey, speaking of Avenger, the countdown should be on. Is your plan still coming in, Avenger? Is that still the game plan? I'm meaning to talk to you about that.
See, right here, right now, I want to move that we rename diabetes to Brimley's disease. Remember, you remember Wilford Brimley? I'm Wilford Brimley, and I have diabetes.
Let me see if I can dry her paws now.
I swear to God, sorry.
Was in the water up to here.
I thought cats didn't like water.
Yeah, the same. Both of her paws she was using.
Got another one down here. He likes to filter running water through his paw. Because we have like little fountains for them to drink from.
Ah, gotcha.
And he'll sit there with his paw and just every time I see him do it, I say cold paw filtered. But yeah, definitely have to rename diabetes to Brimley's disease.
We could do that.
We'll get a petition going.
Oh, you were rustling papers. I thought you were going to just draw it up right there.
I could.
She asked me for the D, and I gave her diabetes. She said, "Oh no, please," and I gave her diabetes. She begged me, "Oh no, please," and I gave her diabetes. I miss Wilford.
That's Mr. Brimley, huh?
It hurts to pee. And last night I struck my wife. Then I found out she's dead for 10 years. So who the hell did I hit?
I'm looking to see. I know the ending of last week's show, we were talking about making a dessert dog or a specialty hot dog. And I want to go back and look at my... Where did I put it, though? I can't remember. Oh, last week, and it'll be up on an upcoming thing, but maybe I'll premiere it tonight. I made pizza dog. And what I did was I used the air fryer. I baked it in the air fryer. And Barnacle Bill's a sailor. What's up there, Koch? How you doing? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate it. Yes, I made the pizza dog. And maybe Zitchy. How long was that? Oh, came up over on this side. So I was thinking to myself, sometimes I do that.
Think to yourself?
Yeah. So I'm like, I've cooked hot dogs in the microwave, which are like last resort quick when I'm just running back and forth. Pan fried them. Dirty water dog style did them. I never air fried in the new air fryer. So it says in the book, because they give you an instruction book, for hot dogs, put it like 375 for about 7 to 9 minutes. Let me tell you, you get that nice, almost like burnt coating. Not burnt, but like that dark. And it turned out really good. And with the dual air fryer, I had the dogs when I toasted the buns on the other side. And then I brought them together with the marinara, mozzarella cheese, oregano. Yeah, it actually turned out real good.
Great. Now I'm hungry for hot dogs. It's a good thing I bought some today.
Well, that's good because I'm going to show you in about 2 seconds.
I'm
Now,
thinking
again,
about putting Colby Jack cheese on it. And I got to think what else. I got the Nathan's cheese hot dogs.
I like those. I actually like those.
I haven't had them before.
And actually, the reason when I grabbed them by accident, and I grabbed those with the cheese, and I was like, "That's pretty good."
I actually bought them.
So I'm going to mute my mic so you don't hear me twice, and I'm gonna premiere the pizza dogs. What's going on, everyone? It is I'm your SGW guy. I am the doctor of foodology, welcoming you all back to the kitchen. And if this is the first time you're watching my videos and you like my content, please like and subscribe to the channel. Now, if you caught last Saturday night's show of Outside the Box Live, towards the end, we all had went to this, making a new kind of gourmet hot dog thing, whether it's a dessert dog or something. Now, I'm not doing the dessert dog tonight, but I am going to try. Now, this morning, if you saw my video from this morning, I did the pizza omelet. Why not try and make a pizza hot dog? So let's check it out, see what we can do. Okay, guys, so here's what I'm going to do a little bit different. Now, in the past, we've done the pan frying. We've done them dirty water dog style. But I have not cooked them yet in the new air fryer. So we're gonna do these puppies in the air fryer. I looked in the book, or I looked online, and for air fried hot dogs, they're recommending 375 in between 7 to 9 minutes. So we're gonna do 9 minutes. All right, so we're going to do it that way today, guys. Okay, now we're going to set up the buns. Okay, so how I'm going to set these up is we're going to lay some mozzarella cheese on the bottom of the buns. Next, I'm going to lay some peppers, and you put onions and peppers on a pizza. So we're going to put it on our hot dog pizza. That way, they'll cook a little bit, while we're toasting the buns. So I'm going to do this all via air fryer tonight. One, I'm just really beat tired from today. Got my Del Grosso extra tomatoes, onions, and garlic sauce. What we're gonna do is about halfway through. Oh, all right, we're gonna start doing the other side. Okay, so I'm just hanging out here waiting for everything to cook in the air fryer. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Bob G. Always got to give a shout out to the Bob G. Marcus, Venger6, my neighbor, all you guys, my new subscribers to the channel, my new likes on Facebook, all my followers on all my platforms. I want to say thank you. Because without you guys, there would be no Doctor of Foodology. It wouldn't exist. So it is happy hump day. It is Wednesday. Like I said, I hope you guys liked my pizza omelet video. Now this video is going to go up a little bit later because I want to get a couple more hits somewhere. Like for this, I'm doing it's the NEPA hot dog. Wait, we're hot dogging NEPA style 2025. I got, I'm going to do different parts. This time instead of doing it all one like I did with the project last year, I'm going to do them all separate so you can watch separate ones. You don't have to watch them all together. Just to kind of break it up. I'll put out a new part each week. I'm going to get maybe one or two more things. I think I got 5 clips now, 5 parts. This will be number 6. And, yeah, I'm looking forward. Now, will I end up doing a dessert dog? We'll have to find out. I don't know. But tonight it is all about the pizza dogs. Okay, my right side went off. Oh, look how plump these little suckers are. Get a nice. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. We're going to let them sit for a couple of minutes. We got the left side still. Yeah, they're coming along good too. Okay, guys, so my buns went off. They have a nice toast to it. What I'm doing though, I'm heating up. I'm heating up a little bit of sauce in a mic. I don't want to put a lot of sauce, like to do them in the, in the mic or in the air fryer. So now we're gonna build the dogs. Chef Jay's pizza dogs. Look at the nice. So $3.75 for I did 9 minutes. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that. And I'm hoping the heat from the sauce will melt the cheese a little bit. So I don't really feel like sitting back in the air fryer with it all. Get it all at that. The pizza dogs. We get one more picture before we go in for that taste. Let's see how these suckers turn out. I hope they turn out good. I really don't know. Saw them? Okay, so look at this, baby. Now, the buns, see, got a nice toast to them. All right. Okay. Okay, so that's just a little quick quick clip on that. They turned out really good. And there probably was some ketchup in the sauce. I don't know because it was a canned jar sauce. But normally, no, I don't put ketchup on my hot dogs. I just don't do it. Nope, MFC. Oh, I just saw your thing there. Sorry, MFC. That'll be part 6 of my upcoming hot dog series. Just a little quick premiere show. But no, hope you tune into that down in the near future. MFC, tell Holly no. Plain simple, no. But
MFC, their spelling is correct.
What's up, Mark? Thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate it. How's everything going in Pittsburgh? Now you guys got to admit the weather has been pretty nice lately today. The last couple of days, we have some nice weather, and so here's something new. I work from home, so my office is in back of the house, so I don't pay attention to what goes on the street or anything. Well, here, a couple weeks ago, my landlord had to go in and they had to rip up the sewer because it was blocking up and something. They had to from the street. So I hear him banging the other day, thinking maybe they're going to lay the concrete back because they had to rip the sidewalk. So I look out the window. Nah, it's still open, still roped off. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? Hey, MFC, I have a shirt for you hot dog with ketchup fans. I have a shirt just for you guys on the Shop Zone. So I'm getting ready to go. I was going somewhere. Oh, I was going to Cebola's. I went to Cebola's this week. I go to my front door and to find that I guess my landlord decided to replace our front porch steps because it's all there's no steps. I was like, oh schmag. So I had to run around through the back door and I was like, crap. So that was the really highlight of my week. When Cebola's had who do you like lobster bisque? Mike, do you like
Actually, I watched your video.
But do you like lobster bisque?
Oh yeah, I do.
Never had it.
You got it. Do you like lobster?
Not particularly, especially. It's one of those things like chicken. I can't get past eating a bird. Lobsters are actually they're the closest sea relative to cockroaches.
Oh.
And they're just big underwater cockroaches. And
and they're so delicious. It makes me want to go have a cockroach now.
Nah. Well, before I did my Cebola video, I was talking to the owner, just chit chatting. Oh, I want to give a shout out to JD. He runs the West Pittston Neighbors and Friends group. He had to invite me out to Cebola's the other night. He was in the video.
I saw.
So we're talking to the owner, and he makes his stock from scratch too. Like everything in his soup is like homemade, and it was really good. So if you guys like lobster bisque, and somebody put it up in the chat, Bill Check, Cibula's lobster bisque. It was really good. And their pizza, like last year, I got takeout pizza, and it was not that great. I told after I was talking to the owner, he came out, he's like, how was your pizza? I said, in this one, eat there, it was really good. Nice, crispy, everything. My third party friend Dave. Eat 6 cuts of Cibula. Oh, it's the best way. Rest in peace, Dave. So I'm talking to the owner, and I said, "What's up, Joey?" I said, "It was really good tonight. The crust was nice and crisp." I said, "It tasted almost like it didn't taste like Sicilian, but it didn't taste like Old Ford style. It kind of tasted like kind of somewhere in between." And I'm gonna be honest with you. I told him last year I did a takeout, and it was not that great. He goes, "Really?" He goes, "What was I said that the dough didn't have any. The dough was like doughy, wasn't crisp. It tasted like there was an overabundance of cheddar cheese. Like over, he's like, we don't use cheddar. I said, okay. I said it reminded me of cheddar cheese, but it was like really overpowering. I said it just did not taste right. And I said to him, I said, tonight you guys redeemed yourself because this is really good. And even got hot dogs. And with a good chili. I tried, Joey. I tried eating a slaw dog, but I tried making it myself, and I didn't like it because see, I like cold. I like my coleslaw cold. From the hot dog, it warmed it, and it just did not taste good. I mean, I'll definitely, if I'm out somewhere and they do it, I will try it again. Enjoyed your videos this week, Frank.
Mark, I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mark.
Sorry, man.
And if you didn't catch the beginning, this show is being dedicated to the GF's dad. The GF passed away last night also.
Her dad, not the GF.
No, not my GF, my GF's dad. Yeah. GF's actually GF just texted me. She's like, we're finally home. Because her and her sisters had to go do that whole they gotta do, and
With the funeral home.
Yeah, I've been there, and I've exactly know. Yeah. So 27. Oh man, that's so young. Wow. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry to hear that.
Well, on a high note, I had 2 days at Turkey Hill on the register.
Oh, so yeah, that's right. You're back at you're now at you're a Turkey Hill gal.
Turkey Hill and Family Dollar.
That's true. How tell us your Turkey Hill experience. Did you see anything out of the ordinary?
No, not really. I mean, for our area, nothing's out of the ordinary. When one of my one of my customers from Family Dollar came in, and I was like, "Oh, hey, Chris, how are you?" He looked at me. He goes, "Wait, you work here now?" And I said, "I work at both places."
You just said, "Oh, wait, that's my twin."
That's my twin sister. We switch places sometimes. And Chris always has a nice car when he shows up.
I'm proud of you, Avenger.
Ooh, jalapeno corn dog.
Gene, if you like jalapeno dogs, Fat Mike's out in Dallas, he has them.
Well, I'm just going to be making myself my cheese dog, my Nathan's cheese dog, all beef, with shredded Colby Jack cheese. I might add some garlic, chopped up garlic, and maybe some jalapenos.
Jalapeno. As they say in Trailer Park Boys, Ricky calls him a jalapeno, because he can't say jalapeno.
She got so obsessed with them at one point, I used to call them Ginapinos.
Jalapenos.
And it's funny because I never liked anything spicy.
What, until we hooked up?
What?
Said what? Until we hooked up?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, you know what? I want to reach out. I want to Avenger. I'm just checking here. I'm seeing notifications on YouTube. You have a you're making a film. Did I read that right? You're making a short type film or some type of film? Hello to the fans of the Ghetto Theater channel. We're on there tonight.
Yeah, I figured it out this week.
And I actually figured out what happened with Instagram. Hello to the Instagram people. Oh, Mark, that's such. Oh, I'm so sorry. Funny story, Bill, with Curly Cream. Now I don't know if they're still owned by the same people, but my one cousin, her husband's family owned Curly Cream. It would have been her father-in-law who was killed. He got hit while he was on his tractor cutting his grass out in somewhere in Mountaintop years and years ago. But my cousin had a chance to actually buy that, and they turned it down. Curly Cream, I think it's more of a hype. I mean, it's not bad. I don't know if I drive over to from West Pittston over to Plain just to get Curly Cream because I like Carter's and I like Ballyhoo. Actually, Blue Ribbon isn't bad either. So I got like 3 right in my vicinity, like right near me. Ballyhoo's interesting. That it's Ballyhoo. If you've never been there, you got to check it. It has the old penny candy shelf and the counter, and that they have the plastic hats. It's cool. It's really cool. Yeah, that was my cousin's husband's dad. Yeah, I think Curly Cream's overrated, but that's just me. Blue Ribbon has some good ice cream. Carter's and Ballyhoo are my 3 go-tos. Now, I will go to Dairy Queen down in Kingston once in a while because I'll take Molly for a ride down with me. I'll throw her in the car. We'll take her, and they can go. Dairy Queen has the drive-through, so I'll take Molly with me sometimes if I want to go for a road trip. All right,
You
Gina.
know where I haven't been in a while that I'm kind of starting to crave?
Where?
Rita's.
They're open. Wait, Rita's on
On the Ave. I want their Swedish fish.
What's the one on
Or is it Market Street they're on too?
what? There's one on there's a Josie's and then there's a Rita's.
Okay.
I think Rita's is Market Street, Josie's is the Ave.
I'll look that up right now.
I know Josie's used to have this, and I used to get it with the ex-wife. Had some type of it was like their ice cream and then slushy, ice cream, slushy, ice. It was really good.
Rita's is on Market Street.
Okay, so Josie's is the one on the Ave.
They both have a similar sign.
Yeah, they do. That's what confuses me sometimes. I'm like, wait, which is which? I
went for a hot dog at Taroni's once and ended up getting legal representation.
And why was that, Mr. Michael?
No, because those hot dogs put a lot of people through law school.
Okay. I'm waiting for like some type of bad story coming. That's what I was waiting for.
No, I'm just saying.
Avengers in the house.
You see it all over the place. Taroni Law Firm, somebody and Toroni, like, you know. Yeah, those hot dogs paid for a lot of law degrees.
And the thing with Toroni's is they're the original ones from that were on Jumper Road years and years ago. Their little shack.
Actually, they were on 315, but it was kind of like the corner of that.
Yeah, 315 Jumper Road. I remember talking to the guy, the owner, a while back when I was there. The only reason why they moved is because when the city or whoever did expanded the road, it took half of their land, and they had to leave.
Well, I mean, it was like a hot dog stand when, you know, way back when, and then they moved into an actual building where they could have a restaurant.
Oh,
They actually
MFC,
moved.
that sounds really good.
What sounds good?
Chocolate chip cookie dough with chocolate ice cream.
Oh yeah, like that. My sugar's screaming just thinking about it. But oh yeah, that does sound good.
I can feel my ass getting fatter already.
Well, I look at some stuff and I feel like I can just feel my sugar going up. Oh yeah, all the time.
Hey.
And also today I ended up stopping at Red's down in Plymouth. And I wish Susan chimed in.
That is a good song, Bill.
It is. And it just made me think because when I did the Sabula's video, I caught a jet taking off from the airport.
Yeah, it's funny to think that now that guy, you know, sweet jet airliner, you know, black panties with an angel's face and all that. And now he's the White House chief of staff.
Steve Miller from the Steve Miller Band?
I don't know. The guy's name is Steve Miller. Every time he comes on television, you can ask Gina. Every time he like makes an appearance on TV, like I'll just be like, do, 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 do.
Barney Street. Let's see. Wait. Okay, so grew up in Kingston. Enjoyed apes from Kingston. Okay, actually, my cousin still manages that store.
What's funny is the South Main Street one is the original one.
Your cousin manages that? What's your cousin's name?
Lisa.
Okay.
Oh, you're thinking about DJ?
Yeah.
I think he's like an assistant manager. He's one of the managers. There's a lot of managers, you know.
So let me see. Okay, grew up in Kingston. Enjoyed apes from Kingston. However, my adult hot dog, apes on Barney Street. Barney Street to me reminds me of Kingston. I don't really taste it as similar because they use the same sauce. But South Main, as Gene was saying, is the actual, from what I understood too, is the original Abe's hot dogs.
That's the one my grandfather used to take us to.
And they're not affiliated with any other Abe's. They're their own. It's Jet headline. It's
Are you enjoying all those cats, Mark? You getting them fixed?
Oh, Mark's the cat man from Pittsburgh.
Here, Momo.
All right, so MFC. Have you been out to Dallas and have you been to Fat Mike's Texas Wieners?
Or Fat Wieners Texas Mike's?
Yeah, well, Barney Street and Kingston, they're the same people. So they use the same sauce. From what
Maybe they add something to it, like I don't know, like seasonings, different
maybe they
seasonings.
tweak it. Maybe they tweak it. You know, they do a lot of business during Lent. I have no idea, Bill. I wonder that myself.
They are still open because
Yeah, no, they're
In,
kinda
Ed,
hungry.
Ed,
I'm
in
kind of hungry
Edwardsville.
for very salty fish.
Yeah, in
They-
Edwardsville, it's still
Long
there.
John. Yep,
I want my blood pressure to raise.
I would do it.
Yeah, they do have good fries though.
Especially when you drown them in malt vinegar.
Hi, Matt.
What's going on, Matt? That's all right. You're here. That's all that matters. Now back in the day, Long John Silver's to me, I could take it or leave it. I loved Arthur Treacher's. They used to have a stand in the mall, and their
Yep.
fries, they had they were kind of like steak fries, I guess, best way.
I think it helps that they do them right in the same oil that they do their fish and stuff in.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the British style. It's fish and chips.
Fish and
You
chips.
know, chips being French fries.
Even with Arthur Treacher's, I did not like the fish, but I loved their chicken. Their chicken was amazing. MFC, you got to get to Fat Mike's. They have this jalapeno dog, and they deep fry their dogs.
Yeah, waffle fries are good though too. But Arby's curly fries are the best.
Yeah, I got it. I have to. Yeah, even though I worked there, yeah, they are the best. Here's what I used to do, and it was.
You're okay, Olin.
It's every Sunday I worked, I would go in early and I would clean the fryers. So for Sunday morning, all brand new grease, all brand new oil. And
Not the same.
no,
You
it's
have to
better
have
with
that-
fresh oil.
You have to have that seasoned oil.
I do chicken tenders and fries. That'd be my breakfast when everything got fired up. Right out of that fresh oil. Oh, baby, can't beat it. And you know what I used to do? I love their chocolate turnovers, which I don't know if they have anymore. But normally Arby's would bake their turnovers. I would plop mine in the fryer and cook it in the fryer for like a minute. Oh man, that was like, I'm sure I don't know if I had diabetes back then, but I'm sure just my sugar was like jumping through the roof.
Hi, John.
Hey, John, what's up, buddy?
What's
Missed
up,
you
John?
last week.
Yeah, where were you last week, John? We missed you.
My channel wasn't working. Remember?
Oh, that's right. You could have still came to one of our channels. There's no excuse.
He's on my He's on my Facebook page. You could have watched it there.
No, we're glad you're here, John. We are glad you're here.
I'm actually wondering if like the comments on my Facebook page will show up here.
I don't know, because I don't know if mine do or not. I know the page. I don't know.
Oh, you're good, John. We're just
No,
busting you.
Yeah, we're just busting you.
I would say, Bill, like maybe leave a little bit of the old oil in just to have that extra flavor. But I would definitely like change the oil.
I haven't used my fryer in so long. If I were to do it now, I'd definitely have to change the oil.
Look at this. Momo's on her back. Let's see. Hold on. Wrong way. There she is.
I opened the door before, and Loki was on his back, and he was just like splaying. He was
Oh yeah.
he was mansplaying.
Got
Right.
you.
Guys, I'll be right back. Nature's calling. I have to go answer Mother Nature. Give me one.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys are stuck with me and Mike now.
It's the Mike Show with me. I'm Mike. It's the Mike Show, and we got lots of good guests.
What's the matter, baby? Sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
Oh. So, Mike, I did get a video of Willow playing in the water.
Okay. I'm just after yesterday and after running around today and everything. I'm kind of wiped out. I was
Nice.
gonna give myself
Nice
a break
remarks
today.
from it. And what band is that, MFC?
Geez, from the description, it sounds like Steel Panther.
Oh, come here. Come here, baby. Momo's being clingy. Joey, Willow is special. I put a bowl of water down for the cats when I'm on the show. And, so that they'll come around closer to me, or, they have something so they don't have to go upstairs. She was sitting here, and I guess there was one dust particle in there, and she just started playing, putting her paws right in there and paws in there. And it got to the point where her arms were wet all the way up to almost her shoulder.
It's actually like a misnomer to say that cats don't like water. There is a breed of cat called the Turkish van cat who loves nothing more than going for a nice cool swim.
Firehouse still plays? I didn't know Firehouse was still around.
Well, they're still in their house of pain, I guess. They're the ones who sing that, right?
I think so.
No, that was Faster Pussycat. House of Pain was Faster Pussycat.
Firehouse was Love of a Lifetime, right?
Right.
You think about it, those two songs are virtually interchangeable.
Yeah, think about it.
That's why I mistook it. Of course, then again, when you go back to like 80s hair metal, a lot of it was interchangeable.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing? Data entry?
I'm uploading another video while we're chatting here, and I never saw Firehouse.
I'm not big on going to concerts anymore.
I was only ever at 2 concerts in my entire life.
I was in a couple.
I've been to a couple of ska concerts. They're fun.
I saw Metallica on their Justice tour back in '88 at Broome County Arena, and I went to Woodstock '94 and I saw Metallica there. And when they came on to do one, they actually flew a helicopter over the crowd. They did it as an encore. So, yeah, there's me. There's footage. They had a camera on the helicopter because it was all live on pay-per-view. If that video ever surfaces, if you see a guy with like long frizzy hair,
that's
actually
you.
No, I was covered in mud, so my hair wouldn't have been frizzy. But and I'm like wearing purple shorts and some band T-shirt. That's me. I'm probably the tallest one.
It's the worst.
Primus opened with "My Name Is Mud."
Perfect fit.
ska is a little it's really hard to describe. They use like brass instruments and stuff like that too. Yeah, I went to see Real Big Fish,
Did
Mighty
they-
Mighty Boss Tones. I actually went to see Real Big Fish about 2 or 3 times when they were in this area. I really liked them.
That's Gwen Stefani music, right?
Huh, yeah, that's it, Mike.
I thought they were a ska band.
You're funny.
But the worst, now I can't say the worst concert, but the worst band I saw. After I saw Kiss, or no, was it before Kiss was in makeup, or before they did the reunion? It's when the Revenge album came. So it was after when Eric Carr died. So it was before, had to be before. I don't know, I can't remember. But anyway, it was Kiss, Trickster, and Faster Pussycat. Faster Pussycat was great. Kiss was great. Trickster was terrible. Like they were that bad.
And then another band I went to see, or another concert I was at, was Ty Herndon opening up for Tim McGraw.
Okay, I know who Tim McGraw is. I never heard of that other one.
Ty Herndon is another country singer. He was out not even a year, I think. But my very first concert was Lyle Lovett. He has an amazing voice, I think. He just doesn't know what to do with his hands when he doesn't have his guitar in his hands.
Well, he solved that with Julia Roberts there for a while.
This shirt was black.
Was it blue?
No, now it's fur.
No,
I'm
Kenny
wearing a
Wayne
fur
Shepherd.
shirt now.
Kenny Wayne Shepherd band, Blue on Black.
That's an okay song.
Yeah, I like that song.
I saw
I heard it.
Queensryche when they opened for Metallica.
I heard an acoustic version, and the acoustic version was really good.
Let me see. Where's Willow?
So what was one of the best concerts? Well, other than Kiss was like my ultimate concert, but other than Kiss, I have to say my next favorite would have been the Bon Jovi Cinderella Bon Jovi concert. Wait, what's my flavor? Wait a minute. Oh, ice cream. Probably got to say, like, I like cookie dough. I like dark chocolate. Their vanilla's not bad either.
Oh, go ahead. I was going to say all I could ever.
Hasn't been on camera yet.
All I could ever really talk about is Miss Luna.
Say hiya, Daddy. Say hiya, Daddy.
Yeah, she's my girl.
Oh,
I miss Ben and Jerry's peanut butter cup. I miss Ben and Jerry's cookie dough. Luna Boona.
chocolate chip mint. Or mint chocolate chip. Oh,
I didn't get a lot of Ben and Jerry's.
no. Come here.
I kind of forget how. Jan said, I don't remember how we got into the ice cream topic. I forget who brought it up. Oh, I think I did with Ballyhoo. That was probably me.
Now, somebody asked a question before about ice cream place. Or they said about curly cream being the best.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's where it started. Joey, I was there. Me and Danny Golich went. It was me and Golich that went. That was the first concert I ever went to. me and Danny, and literally, like right when they opened the doors, we're like,
Oh, sweetheart.
Dan's like, everybody's gonna be pushing, so just hang on to me. Well, that whole lasted a whole like second, so
Hello.
I didn't see him till the end of the concert. It's like if we get split up, we're gonna meet, outside the door, like it's at one of the spots or something we picked. So I literally did not see him until the end of the concert afterwards. It's funny because he goes to me, he goes, all I can think of is, your mother's gonna kill me, because like Danny's older than I am. I was young, and Danny's saying, he's like, all I can think of going through this, oh my God, Jay's mom's gonna kill me. I lost him. But no, that was a good concert.
Oh, Joey, this is the water baby. Her paws were wet almost to her shoulder. That's Willow.
You know what?
Oh,
MFC, I have never been to Malakari's yet. I'll have to check them out. I've never been there. I mean, I've been to their produce, but I've never been to their ice cream spot.
their ice cream spot's over on 309, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've passed it many times.
They're
But
always packed.
I never stopped.
They're always packed, and so is their restaurant. I've never been to either one.
Abe's Hot Dogs in Mountaintop has an ice cream stand they open in the summer.
Really?
They have really good ice cream. Yeah.
Are they related to the other?
No clue.
Are they related to the not South Main, but the other two?
No clue. I have no idea. Half the hot dog places around here call themselves Abe's, just to capitalize on the name.
Probably. Yeah, most likely. Because Abe's there's a place out in Scranton called Abe's, and it's not even like it's a food joint, but it's not even nowhere even close to what what we're used to here.
Actually, one thing I've always wanted to try, just because like when I see it from Gina used to live down in Hanover Township, and I used to pick her up every weekend, and we'd spend weekends together. When did we get that?
That's the dog
Oh, that's
toy
right.
that I got from Big Lots.
There's a place on Lee Park Ave called Barney Street Lunch.
Yeah,
it is an old style, like back from like the 60s and 70s.
Is it on the main road?
Yeah, it's on Lee Park Ave.
And it looks like it looks like it's like abandoned.
Yeah, it's open though. I mean, it's basically what Abe's Hot Dogs is. It's an old style lunch counter.
Oh, Barney,
Okay.
it's right next door. It's the Barney Street Diner.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I was saying Lee Park Ave, but it's still on Barney Street.
It's right next door to them. Their hot dogs are good.
Yeah, I've never been to the Barney Street lunch, and it always intrigued me. Like I said, because even from the outside, you look at it from the outside, and it looks just like it came straight out of the 60s.
They cook, actually, their grill is right in front of the window.
Really?
Yeah. Like if you're walking past, you will see him standing there. He's actually making the burgers and the hot dogs right then and there.
Well, that's like if you go over to Pittston, that's Majestic Lunch. They do that.
Since Fred isn't with us this week, I'll do the little historical thing.
Okay.
Lee Park Ave is actually, there was a Lee Park, and Lee Park was primarily devoted to horse racing. They had stables, they had a racetrack, and that was the name of it. I forget who they named it after, but there was a Lee Park.
Probably named it after somebody named Lee.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds pretty right.
But a lot of
know.
Especially up in North End, a lot of the streets up this way are named after the city fathers, like Zebulon Butler. That's why Butler Street has its name. Beaumont Street. Beaumont was another one of the city fathers, and actually, Clara, the daughter of the gentleman who owned this building, who initially owned this building, she married into the Beaumont family. Her married name was Clara Beaumont. So
that's interesting.
Yeah,
I like MFC's comment.
I don't want a bullet with my burger.
well, I make some pretty kick-ass burgers, and if you ever want a bullet with that,
Mike could
I could shoot something up.
It's I'm gonna have to check out Malakari just because now.
I was just at the grocery store there.
Yeah, I've been to their produce, their grocery store type joint, but I've never been to their restaurant, never been to their ice cream place. And I
know it
hear
struck me as more as a deli.
is also they have I think they opened it last year, if I remember right. They have a golf course now. So they opened up a mountaintop somewhere.
Yeah, I heard about that. I think they opened it last year.
Yeah, it was
But
last year.
if I remember correctly, there used to be one up that way.
There was.
I remember there was a golf course over in the mini golf over where the pink cow is now.
Yeah,
That is a mountaintop, though.
I would love to get in. I would love to go play mini golf again.
I hear that. I used to love it when I was a kid. There was a mini golf place up on 315 by the mall.
Yeah, you know what there was? I remember that. There actually was. Do you remember Mr. Tom's Turkey Barbecue?
Oh yeah.
They had a place up somewhere up near that mini golf course.
Yeah, yes they did. But when they cut it all up to make the exits for everything, like the Cross Valley Expressway, like any trace of that is just gone now.
Yeah.
It's all paved over.
Well,
Yes, MFC. That's a 38 snubby J-frame.
I am working Tuesday and Thursday at Turkey Hill at night, 3 to 11. So you're welcome to stop by and say hi then.
Wait, who's meeting up?
He said, "Will there be another meet and greet anytime soon?"
Oh, actually, I want to do one. I just don't know when yet. Meet and greet golf night.
Oh, that would be awesome.
We'd have to be drunk though to do it.
The other one I have next to me right here is this is a Striker Fire 9mm.
No, but on a serious note, really quick, then we can go back to joking. If we were to set up a meet and greet, like say we'll have to be on like a Saturday or something, because for all of us to be able to be a part.
Not necessarily with me.
Well, we have to try and figure it out so you could. Who'd be up for doing a meet and greet?
Do I have to wear one of those name tags that says hello, my name is Mike?
Mike Hunt. It's I'd like to do now the last meet and greet we did, me and FP did. It was low, but we met Susan and her husband.
Thanks, MFC.
But there was we were talking about Mr. Tom's Turkey Barbecue. I still once in a while, now not Tom, but his brother Tim would manage all the stores. And I like his family now. If you go up to whenever there's a holiday, they run a flower tent usually over near the Midway Price Chopper, like across the street. And that's actually Tom's brother Tim. So I run into Tim once in a blue moon. I'd be like, "Hey, remember Mr. Tom? Like, bring back Mr. Tom's Turkey." He laughs. But yeah, I would.
There was all kinds of stuff up that way before they, like I said, before they knocked it all down and paved it over for the Cross Valley. You know, that was prime real estate. It was right by the mall.
You down to party. It's the only thing
MFC. I'm sorry. MFC. Tell you what, Gina, run upstairs, grab the AK-47, and show them that.
I'm not running upstairs. Nobody wants to
I'm
hear my niece popping.
I'm kidding.
I vaguely remember that golf place, and I vaguely remember the turkey place, the barbecue joint. But I remember they were there.
Here comes my baby girl. There's Artemis. Your baby girl.
Yeah, there's been a lot of changes to the valley, in the last 40 years. Not all of them good.
Cleo.
I still miss. Well, there's one that comes around my house now, and here in West Pittston, but Mr. Softy ice cream truck.
Oh,
We actually get him. We get one of those around here.
Yeah.
Now there's that comes.
And they take the card now.
It's called the Silly Willy ice cream truck that comes near me. GM, let's see that at. Wait, what the hell?
AK.
Oh, look what the
I
hell.
ain't going upstairs.
I have a Kalashnikov up in the bedroom.
After the show, I have to make it downstairs. I have to be able to move around more. I work.
We have a gun on every floor, and they're hidden, and we all know where they are, and just in case they're needed.
MFC likes to get weird. Okay.
So I'm seeing that.
Well, Bill, I'm going back reading the past messages. Bill, I could kind of pull that off. Bill put need to have a meet and greet at a pierogi festival or a nice church bazaar.
Oh.
It's called the Polish Connection in Plymouth, next to it's either right next to Red Subs or one down from Red Subs. I forget. They won the pierogi festival a couple years back. So if you want some good pierogies, we'll go there and meet at the Polish Connection. I don't know their times though. Or we can have a breakfast.
We'll rent a kiosk at the mall.
Yeah. It's or we can have a breakfast meet and greet at Tammy's Kitchen. I know Joey's been to Tammy's Kitchen.
You expect me to get up early?
Yes.
We're gonna rent a kiosk at the mall, and we're gonna sign autographs, and I'll be signing women's chests, and
Like Gene Simmons.
Gina will be signing men's chests.
How about their navels?
Okay.
MFC, isn't Holly I guess you think Holly's like your girlfriend?
He keeps saying Holly.
or yeah, Polish kid. I went there. I did a video there a couple years back, and now last week I met my oldest sister and my oldest niece, and we went to the Cracked Egg, the old Colonial Pancake House. Well, it's still called the Club, but it's now called like the Cracked Egg. And
I'm actually going to use for MFC. I got to tell you, I'm going to use like a hot iron poker for that.
Yeah, branding iron.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, excuse me.
And it'll say GM.
Brand your initials in his stomach.
Exactly.
Well, he was talking about something else. But...
Yeah, we're not going to go there. Well, I mean, gee, if you want to go there, you can, but
Eh,
I'm not going there.
I don't think it would be big enough though.
Oh, snap! Oh, Jesus God.
Why
It's
you bring one of the cats along so they can do it?
I'll try anything twice.
Oh, so one on each side.
That reminds me of the one joke that Mike, you probably heard this years and years ago. A guy goes to Jamaica on vacation, and he's in the bathroom. He's sitting, and he's like, he has one guy goes, "Oh, I see you have like WY on your tattooed on your wang." He goes, "Oh, that's my girlfriend. Her name's Wendy." He goes, "Oh, do you have a girlfriend named Wendy too?" He goes, "No, in mine it says, 'Welcome to Jamaica. Have a nice day.'" That was an old one. Getting hot and heavy here. Said this is a very dysfunctional family, but we love all of you. And I have to take an excerpt out of Jeff Dunham, one of his comedy shows. He's like, he had his puppet Walter, and he goes, "I thought this was supposed to be something about calling it family friendly," and Walter goes, "It depends on the family." We are the whatever you can call us, but we're here just about every Saturday night unless something ordinary happens, and we're gonna do what we're gonna do till we can't do it anymore. And again,
that sounds really dirty.
Yeah, I know. It's supposed to. Well, MFC, there you go. Now tomorrow morning I might log into work after the show and work for a couple hours. Last night I tried. They were doing updates and I couldn't get nothing done. They tend to do updates at night. Well, they don't expect people to be logging in and working at 2 a.m. But
come here.
So by 4 o'clock they were doing updates and I just couldn't finish because it was screwing up the whole thing, screwing up the whole system. But I might log in tonight after the show, depending. Or I don't sleep at all. I'll take a power nap for 2 hours. Maybe I'll get up and log in. I don't know. We'll see.
This is pretty girl.
It's
Mike, look who's visiting me.
Cool.
Cleo. Hey, baby. Hi.
If he's still watching, well, Steph might be still watching. Fred is in New Jersey. Let's give all a shout out to Fred. Yo, Fred. Do I ever rest? Yes, sometimes.
Such a good girl. Yeah.
I've had some complaints over the years, but not because it's too small.
I'm gonna plead the fifth. No, it's
Right now I'm petting the sisters, Cupie and Cleo.
Oh, I thought you meant something else. Given the direction.
I kind of let it go that way.
Bill, to be honest, years ago, I'd love to sleep. I'd love to sleep. I'd sleep 10 hours. I'd have awesome dreams. Now, if I sleep 2 hours at once, if I sleep for 2-3 hours tops, that's it. I don't sleep at them all anymore. So, I'll get up at 4 a.m, and I'll wake up, but I just won't kind of wake up and go back to bed. I'll wake up and I'll be wide awake. So I'll jump on the computer, maybe edit a video or two, or put something on, upload something. And by next thing you know, it's 6 o'clock. The news is on. I'll be like, damn it. Especially during the work week, I'm like, oh shit, I got to get up for work in an hour. But I gotta say, today's they're calling for showers today somewhere, but in our area, I don't think it rained. It was pretty
We didn't get any in Plains.
Yeah, we did.
In Plains, it didn't.
West Pittsburgh.
Well, the rain in Plains falls mostly on Spain's.
Oh, okay.
And the other thing, Bill, like when I get something in my head, like it'll just keep me awake until I do it. The
What's up?
one when I did the minute steak, the minute steak omelet, I had that in my head since like 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, can't wait to get up, can't wait to get up. And then finally, I'm like, I'm getting up.
I would have to say that for me, if you remember a very old AC/DC album called Power Age, there was a song on there called Down Payment Blues, and one of the lyrics in that song was, I know I ain't doing much, but doing nothing means a lot to me. That pretty much sums it up. There's a lot to be said about doing nothing.
And I didn't see Marcus tonight, or yet.
I'm
Anyway,
sorry.
still time. Marcus could chime in.
Yeah, he usually comes in around 10:30, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's like 10:45. He can still chime in, but he's like our 10:30. He's in Michigan or Detroit. I think they're an hour behind us.
Yeah, they are.
Like Venger's an hour behind us.
Yeah, that's Central Time.
Oh, okay. So MFC, if you're still oh yeah, there you are. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put in the chat. That way you can click on it and watch, and you can get a look at Fat Mike's Texas Wieners.
Did Marcus sneeze?
Marcus went out for smoke.
Oh, was he in? I didn't even see him in the. I didn't see him in the.
Or not Marcus, MFC.
Oh,
He said he's going out for smoke. I'm glad I don't do that anymore.
do what? Smoke?
Yep.
What was it? Burning you out? Couldn't breathe?
I did end up with asthma. Just the
She got
smell.
sick of going out. She got sick of going out to my front porch in my old place because the people I rented from they wouldn't allow smoking.
I was used to it though when I was married. I had to smoke outside. I don't know, the smell.
See, for years after I quit, I actually enjoyed this. I like the smell of cigarettes. I used to always like
the
this.
other smoke, MFC. Okay. Yeah, I don't like this. I could smell a cigarette itself. That's not lit. Fine.
The wacky tobacco.
That's an idea, Gina.
But
Wacky tobacco.
Yeah, instead of getting like jackhammer tonight, maybe we should just smoke a little.
I'd be sleeping.
Yeah, me too. That's all it does for me too. The thing is, the dreams are amazing.
Talk about some biscuits. What kind of biscuits?
Gravy. KFC has great what? Has a great one. Chicken?
Biscuits.
Maybe the biscuits. Oh, Joey, if I take an edible, the teeny tiny little one has me knocked on my ass, and I'm out for a couple hours.
She's funny though when she does have edibles.
It's kind of like I have no bones. I'm just like.
Unfortunately, the person who used to make the edibles for us is no longer with us.
Yeah, she passed away.
Moment of silence. There's a place down in West Pittston. Well, it's in the Garrity Shopping Center. That it's called the CBD Shop of Northeast PA, I believe. And you can get there. Yeah, you can get edibles there.
They're not the same.
Yeah, probably not.
And they wouldn't be the same. You know, it's her baking, and you know, it's like, I don't know. It's aside from being good, they were good.
You don't have to go.
So
Did you hear Daddy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleo heard your voice and she looked at the screen.
Mark, that's awesome, dude. That is awesome.
nice.
I quit smoking, 7 years ago now, Mike, that we're together?
Yeah.
I quit smoking September of the year we started going out. 7 years ago.
Yeah. And that was we'd only been together a few months.
I went to vaping. Started at a 12 milligram, dropped down to a 3, dropped down to a 0. And I was at a 0 for 5 years. And it got to the point where I wasn't even using it for like a week at a time. It was just sitting next to me.
Got to the point where she gave me her old mod.
Yep, I gave it to Mike. I smoked for 30 years.
Never got into smoking. Like even like just cigarettes. I just never. I think because like my dad smoked forever, and every time you walked in the house, it was like you just smelled cigarette smoke. My dad was the kind of guy where you come in after work, sit on the left side of the couch. We had a table. You'd see his ashtray full of cigarettes.
Well, before this, there's a reason I vape. I actually smoked for 27 years. I quit in 2012. And I, progressively going down in nicotine level with vaping. But I mean, you see how I sit here and hit a vape. I used to smoke the same way. I would chain smoke. No, Jay and I are not together.
Wait, who wrote that?
Yes, Chelsea, Mike and I are together.
Wait, who wrote that? I didn't see that. Where's that?
Chelsea.
Yeah, Gina and I have been together since.
Oh, Jesus!
I'm gonna get myself in trouble here. 2018.
Is it 2018? You know how I am with numbers.
Yeah, no, we hooked up. We became Facebook official
around Mother's Day.
Yeah, it was May of 2018. We're together maybe.
I seem to remember it was somewhere around my father's birthday.
And we moved in together about 5 years ago. To make a long story short, or maybe a short story long, I used to. I was actually, when Gina and I met, we were going. I was going through a divorce, and my ex-wife insisted that I rent from her mother's best friend. Like, I was perfectly happy. I lived in Mountaintop, had a nice little place up there. She insisted I move to the city, rent from her mother's best friend, which was 3 doors down from where her mom lived. And then we split up. So now I'm renting from her mother's best friend. I have to see my ex-in-laws, my ex-wife. I have to see them every single day. That went on for about 2 years. And then I won the lottery, which was nice. And I wasn't stupid with the money. I actually took the money and used it to buy a building on North Main Street in the city, which Gina and I moved into the building together. And, and before you ask me, I didn't win millions of dollars. I didn't win Powerball. I won Treasure Hunt, and I was the sole winner that week. And I won $44,000, which after taxes was almost 33.
Well, Chelsea, to answer your question, I was a shot girl at Old Time Charlie's,
And I was a drunk at Old Time Charlie's.
he had come
I
in for
think
the
he came
first
to
time
Delaware.
in a long time, and I'd never seen him there. I walked up to him, asked him if he wanted a shot. He said no. He was drinking Yukon snake bites.
I said, by definition, I'm drinking a shot already. Why would I want another?
So I went back. I was talking with my friends while there was nobody else around. And I said to him, or I said to my friends, I said, I'm going to go over and have him come over, tell him, or invite him over to our table. And I went over and I said, hey, if you want to talk to anybody, you want to make some friends, right over here at our table. And we started being friends first. I was very persistent.
Yes, she was. Especially after I had a few.
But no, I was very persistent in chasing after you.
Yes, you were. And she finally got me.
How many steps did it take her to catch you?
6 months
It
of
was-
friends?
It was like literally the kind of thing, like I had just got out of the 10-year relationship. And it's like, it's nothing on you. It's nothing against you. I just want to be by
Not looking
myself
for anything.
I just want to be by myself for a little bit. This is like me coming out to socialize, because I don't really do that anywhere else.
Right.
Joey, do you have to ask anybody ever drunk at Banana Joe's?
Yep.
I didn't care for them.
The candy dancer. Or the Gandy dancer, whatever the hell.
All right, MFC, Jay, what flavor is that gallon? Lemon tea from Turkey Hill. Lemon tea.
Mountain Dew 0. Yeah. The Yukon Jack, I'm not going to break out the Yukon until after 11.
And tonight I have Fireball.
Well, I have Blue Ice 101.
I like Fireball.
I'll be having that after the show.
I like Fireball. I used to do Fireball shots back in the day. Then it went to Goldschlager. Then it went to, I can't remember. Then it went to just, here's a glass, here's a pitcher there. I was like, okay.
Well, I started off at OTC, going by one of my old standbys, double shot of Southern Comfort, neat. Or no, on the rocks. And then they were out of Southern. So well, how about a snake bite? How about double snake bite? And I preferred it over the Southern. These days, I don't bother with the lime juice or the ice. I just literally just drink Yukon Jack straight.
Oh. There used to be.
Oh, LaRoe.
Do you remember Shooters? Pub down in East End.
Yeah,
Yes.
I used to hang out there with my first husband who beat me up.
There was.
Used to be the R bar.
Yeah, it was originally the R bar. Well, originally it was Brislin's, and then
Yep.
it became the R bar, then Shooters, because Rem Snyder left. One of the owners opened
The cop.
Great Escape, and but it was fun. What?
Oh, wow.
What band? Are you still in that band, Bill? Still in that band? That'd be cool to come see. Anyway, it became Shooters, and at this point, me, a couple of my the neighbor guys, when you're there all the time, your first beer's on them, and well, we walk in. Another buddy of ours got married that night, so we walk into the R bar, and literally like our tuxedos and shit. If we probably would have walked in and no one knows, we probably would have got jumped. But at the point, everybody knew who we were. So we walk into the R bar, and there was a bartender named Lori. She was behind the bar. She's like, "Oh, hey, it was so and so's birthday or so and so's wedding. Yeah, how was it? Oh, it was good. Basic. Well, how was it? Blah 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 blah. So you guys drunk? We've been drunk since 11 o'clock this morning. Because when the limos pulled up, all the limos were stocked with like everything. So we were drinking. Like we got to the point where we drank, we got drunk, then we basically sobered up. And we walk into the bar and Lori goes, here's a couple of shots. Here's a shot for you and my one buddy. We're like, what is it? No, just pound it. All right, boom. And we're like, oh my God. She called it Buffalo Sweat. Tabasco and tequila and Tabasco. If we were sober and had nothing in our stomachs, I think we would have been dead. It's all the other booze that like kept us going. And we had the R bar. We had some good times at the R bar, let me tell you. Shooters, R bar.
Well, this girl will drink tequila straight out of the bottle and laugh at you.
Oh God, I can't do that. Well, you're still a youngin'.
With no chasers.
Oh yeah. No, I can't do that anymore. What else though? We had Shooters used to have the Elvira pinball machine, which was pretty cool. Sambuca? I never got into Sambuca, Bill.
I don't like black licorice.
You know, everybody always says that Jägermeister tastes like black licorice, but I don't see it. I don't like black licorice, and I love Jägermeister. I mean, I could sit and just drink Jägermeister all night. You know, no chaser, no Jaeger bomb, no, just straight up Jaeger.
Every time I hear the word Jaeger bomb, I think of it's a video on YouTube. It's called My New Haircut. It's stupid, but it's funny. You have to laugh and you have to. It's like that one was like you just have to watch.
Really, Mongo?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of divided right now because I've had a half a bottle of Yukon sitting in the freezer, so it's going to be nice and syrupy, and the Ice 101 hasn't been in there all that long. I like liquor when it, like 100 proof liquor when you have it in the freezer and it gets like syrup.
Right. Mark, I used to drink Kessler's whiskey and Stroh's beer into oblivion. Yeah, if I drink, I don't. Actually, I had a beer today. And this is the first time I had a beer since I think my niece's wedding back in September. I just don't have the urge to really drink anymore.
I miss beer.
I did for a while, but I really don't anymore. Like if I have a beer now, like once every 6 months, that's saying a lot.
Well, Brimley's disease killed beer for me. I'd love nothing more than to be sitting here drinking Molson. But, it kills my blood sugar. Can't do it.
Okay, why do you wait so late to drink? Probably directed either one of yous.
I don't know. I'll be up all night doing it. I mean, does it matter?
I need to be a little sober for the show. How's that?
Would you like say odd things if you were drunk on the show?
More than likely, or I would go out into the kitchen and start cooking. There's times I drunk cooked and woke up in the morning looking to make myself something to eat and be like, where'd it go?
I did that once, and thank God I didn't burn my house down. I had a tabletop fryer, like not like a real old tabletop fryer, and this one that had a lid, but it had a timer. Thank God I set the timer. I came back from the bar, decided I was gonna cook wings at 3 a.m. Fell asleep in the chair, and I woke up. I'm like, the next time I'm like, what the kind of something? You can still smell wings, or I'm like, what the hell was I doing? I go over to the fryer, not paying attention. I open the thing. I'm like, oh, I was cooking wings. That's right. I forgot all about it.
Chelsea, to answer your question, no, I can't stop at 1. I know you're trying to ascertain whether or not I'm an alcoholic. Chances are I probably am. I don't stop at 1, but I do stop at 2 during the week. And by 2, I mean this glass right here. I fill it up to pretty much where my finger is. And I have 2 of those before bed, which would be the equivalent of, I don't know, like when you're talking Yukon Jack or you're talking shot glasses. That's probably about 5 or 6 shots. So, yeah. Two of these during the week is my limit because I know if I go past that, I'm getting into hangover territory. So, and I don't want to, do my job hungover. So that's my story.
I have literally two bottles of wine and a half box of wine in my fridge. It's been sitting.
Bottle of red, bottle of white.
I can stop at 1. I just don't want to. Most nights.
Yeah, if you're talking,
where I'm sipping on it, and I'm like, oh, I need something else to drink, and I don't want to run upstairs to get more to drink.
I'm off Thursday. I've been off since Thursday. I'm going back Tuesday.
Oh, lucky you!
And yeah, like I said, I just decided to take some time. Pretty much, if I'm awake, because last night I was really tired from like working around the house and stuff. But if I'm like up, I'm drinking until I shut down basically. And shutting down for me, and I'm sitting right here, and I'll just be like, "That's it, I'm out."
How many times have you seen the sun come up?
You can't really see the sun come up from here. But yeah, you're talking like it's 6 a.m. and I'm still going. Plenty of times on the weekend.
And I can see it on the cameras.
I'm sitting here. I'm not hurting a soul. I'm not out there behind the wheel of a car or anything like that.
Just
sitting here watching YouTube or South Park or something.
Waiting for someone to yell in your window. I need to cash in my lottery tickets.
I was actually fairly.
I hear somebody talking.
I hear voices. Hello, yeah, that person. I was half in the bag when she did that.
I could have sworn I seen her go past the house just 2 days ago.
Probably did.
I tell you, I could watch that 30 million times and I still die laughing. I burnt my pot a few. Wait, let's see. I burnt my pot a few weeks ago. I was boiling water and forgot about it. You burnt water.
Holy moly.
Well, Joey, that's the beautiful thing about liquor. When I wake up with half a glass next to me, I throw it back in the freezer for the next day.
Yeah, don't go flat. Willow. So Willow's playing with Ember. Just in case you were wondering what all that running was for. Just a couple seconds ago, Mike. That was Willow chasing Ember.
Yeah, cats always have the same game. I call it chase and ambush. I don't know what they call it. Meow something.
Meow, meow.
Meow, 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 meow.
Baxter.
No, you burnt the water. No, I know. Just teasing with you.
I just like to, my mind is always full of things. My mind is always racing. My mind's always,
And it helps you shut down.
Yeah. It helps me instead of like, living in the past, living in the future. which according to the Gnostics, that's what the real, Christ is. We're getting towards Easter here. Christ is crucified between two thieves, right? That's how the story goes.
Yeah, basically.
And basically, he's crucified at a place called Golgotha. Golgotha, in the Latin, means the hill of the skull. That's the hill of the skull. That part of your skull right here. So Christ is crucified upon the hill of the skull between two thieves. In Gnostic traditions, the two thieves are the thief of the past and the thief of the future. The past is always robbing conscious thought, because you're living in regret, and the future is always robbing conscious thought because you're living in fear of the future. You're living in fear of your imagination. And the parable of the crucifixion is to be like in the present moment and not allowing those thieves to rob you of your time. But that's what the Gnostics believe. And unfortunately for me, sometimes those two thieves can run rampant. So a little bit of Yukon Jack shuts them right up. And that's what I have to say about that.
There you go.
The philosophical reason why I drink.
That reminds me of all right, now, I don't know, pending, hey, we still have 10 people hanging. Thank you, 10 people. It's awesome. Who remembers Married with Children out there?
Never heard of it.
Love and marriage, love and marriage.
Remember the episode? Al was trying to figure out how to get away with not paying taxes. So he created
he makes a church.
Reverend Al in the Church of No Ma'am.
I remember.
You walked in and you see everybody they kind of ripped it off from the Man Show or vice versa, where they're all in the church with a thing of beer, with a glass of beer. And Marcy ruined it by taking pictures of Al when he was out dancing with Peg or out on a date with Peg.
Yeah.
And the one guy goes, Reverend Al, please tell me it was a hooker. It's like, Jesus.
I have sinned. What was the name of the beer they drank?
Oh.
There's a trivia question for you. What did the No Mammers drink as far as what was their beer? It was like a fictitious beer with a funny name, and I can't remember it.
You know, it's funny. I can remember the beer name from the Drew Carey show, but I can't remember from Married with Children.
I have to look. I actually on Fandango. I have the complete series, and I'm gonna have to go back.
Actually, we're gonna do this and see if we can find it. I know for Drew Carey I believe it was Duff beer.
No, that's The Simpsons.
Oh, well then I'm wrong there too.
Because of Duff Man. Buzz beer.
Yeah, okay, it was Buzz beer. Why am I thinking Duff Bell? Yeah, because it was Simpsons. That I don't know. Al drank and Married with Children.
Could have just shortened it and asked that. Just said Al Bundy.
True.
Nope. Nobody ever called it Married with Children. Everybody just called it the Bundys.
True. Yeah, that's Al Bundy's favorite beer. Let's try that.
It's not Ice Hole, is it?
No, they were.
He was the spokesperson for.
Yeah, no, that was that was the one Kelly was a spokesperson for. There was a time when their beer.
Girly, it was called Girly Girl Beer.
Thank you.
Thank Microsoft Bing. I was going through. It says Al Bundy's favorite, and it says magazine, which don't you have to look. That was Biggins. It was funny because the one episode. I like soup. Soup's good. And there was one episode where Al got to meet the creator of Biggins, and who the actor was playing that, like, I guess it's supposed to be like a spinoff of like Playboy or
Yeah.
But it was Biggins, and the creator of Biggins was actually the guy who played Larry on Three's Company.
Okay.
God.
Don't
And I'm
remember
sitting
that
there
one.
going, "Wow, that was a perfect, like, if that was like coincidental, that couldn't have been that any you couldn't pick that guy anymore." I thought I saw when I was coming out of the park, like the backside of the mall from Five Guys. It used to be it closed a while back, but it was like crap. I can't remember the name of the store, but it ended up closing a year or two ago. When you pulled into where Best Buy is, there was a place, but now it looks like it's a soup, like a soup place. They get soups. I was like,
Soup kitchen.
No, it's called the soup. Oh crap! I can't
I was
remember.
gonna say that St. Vincent's de Paul's.
Wrong soup kitchen.
Totally different kind.
Yeah. Bada bing. I know a guy. He called himself. Back in the day, he was a DJ, and he called himself DJ Bada Bing. Oy vey. That just brought back a flashback. But yeah.
A soup off.
Al's favorite magazine was called Biggins. Best ones were though the chicken jokes against Marcy. They were the best. Well, you're a chicken.
Yeah, actually, the woman who played her and the guy who played Al Bundy, I don't remember names. They actually hated each other in real life.
Well, yeah, that I remember seeing when they did the Married with Children reunion or some type of reunion. I don't know if they, but the lady who played Marcy, like, actually, either she didn't go or she changed her mind at the last minute and went because she was afraid Al was gonna. Well, the guy who played Al was gonna start like
Ed O'Neill.
Yeah, was gonna start like harassing her or busting on her or something like that. Bill, that's not cool.
It's not cool, but unfortunately it happens.
Yeah, true. Anyone remember Al's favorite?
Psycho Dad.
Psycho Dad. If I ever had a chance to meet Ed O'Neill, I want to ask him who actually sang that song during that show. Who sang that song, Psycho Dad? Just because.
You have to remember though, like when you're talking like actors and stuff, like you're number one, you're talking about a show like Married with Children. You're watching a moment in the '90s frozen in time.
Which was
and it's like, ask me what about a job that I had in the '90s, and so obscure detail about that job, and I'd be like, there was a song.
The same thing, but it'd still be cool to try and ask him.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, that's like one thing people seem to like forget about, actors.
They go
it's just
so much.
It's a job, and yeah, I mean, you get along with you get along with your coworkers. You don't get along with your coworkers, and those are the things that'll make different memories and things stand out or whatever. But you're asking about somebody that a job that they did like over 25 years ago, and yeah, you go 25 years back in time for me when I was like working in a plastics plant. There's only so much I'm going to remember about that experience.
Bill, Ed
Bill-
O'Neill was in Wayne's World?
Yeah, I forgot that he was
Yeah,
in
he
that.
was. Yeah, he was Glenn, the manager of the donut shop.
Oh, I didn't even remember that. I remember. I
He was
remember.
supposed. He was actually supposed to be. I forget the name of the movie. It's the one where Nicholson is like, the truth. You can't handle the truth. He was actually supposed to be the judge in that movie. And when they showed it to test audiences and people like they panned up to show the judge's face, the entire audience, burst out laughing because it's Al Bundy.
They could love like even now. Do you ever watch Modern Family?
No, I'm sorry.
Gene, did you ever watch Modern Family?
It's been a while.
But so you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
Okay, you know how Ed O'Neill plays. He has a spot in that role.
Really?
Yeah, Ed O'Neill was like Ed O'Neill plays in that, but he plays like totally different than Al Bundy. And the first time watching Modern Family, I'm like thinking that's Al Bundy. Like it's just so hard to get him out of that Al Bundy mindset.
He initially the if you remember the movie with Gene Hackman, the French Connection, Popeye Doyle. They were looking to adapt that to television as a cop show, and that's how Ed O'Neill got his start. I don't know if he was hired on basically to play the Popeye Doyle part that Gene Hackman played, and either I think they shot a pilot and it was never picked up, but that's essentially how Ed O'Neill got his start.
They were interviewing him like after Modern Family went off the air, and they were interviewing Ed O'Neill, and they brought up Married with Children, and he's like, "How did you get prepared for that role for Al Bundy?" And I guess he was trying to mimic like one of his relatives. He said,
"Yeah, his uncle."
Yeah, he walks in and just goes, and everybody's like, that's it. That's Al Bundy. Like he just nailed it with that one line. And he didn't say it. He just walked in, threw his stuff down, and went, like, oh shit, what a day. And
Well, Jay, I looked it up on who sang that song. There was actually two different singers. One was a female version.
Psycho Mom.
Marcy did that one.
Oh, really?
And Al performed the original Psycho Dad.
Oh, that was Ed O'Neill?
And then it also said unnamed television singer. So they said there was 4 different versions of the song.
I remember that there was supposed to be a holiday version, which I never heard.
Yeah.
They can never like recreate that show today. It would never fly.
And interestingly enough, the people who like Michael Moy and I forget the other writer producer's name. It was 2 guys. They came from the Cosby Show.
Didn't they do Full House too? I think
I don't know. All I know is they came from the Cosby Show, and it was like they came out of it wanting to do the anti-Cosby Show.
I remember reading that. I remember seeing that.
So Jay, I just sent in our group chat. I sent the link to the page that I was telling you about. It actually has the words to the song.
Oh no, I got
the different versions too.
I don't know if that's sad or scary or just I don't know.
Yeah, she was definitely something special.
Oh Jesus. Psycho Dad, Psycho Dad, Psycho Dad. Oh man.
But yeah, there was a couple versions in there.
Oh wow, yeah, I gotta look at that later. Oh, buddy.
I love that. Loved his son, but killed his wife because she weighed a ton.
Yeah, you couldn't say that stuff in today's age.
No, everybody gets offended by the littlest things.
It's funny. The one episode,
No, Mama.
Al comes walking in his bedroom, and like Peg wasn't in the bedroom, but he walks in. He goes. He pretends he goes. like he's shooting his wife, like he's shooting Peg.
Yep. I like that MFC.
Not the Cosby.
Really? Is that true?
I would have laughed. I wouldn't be surprised. Not the Cosbys. It's
Yeah, it makes sense.
Then I think guys in the chat, let me know if I'm wrong. I think the people that started Married with Children left and created Unhappily Ever After, which was a kind of a spin-off on Married with Children, where the main, like the guy who plays the dad, and when nobody's around, his stuffed bunny rabbit comes to life, and it's the voice of Bobcat Goldthwait. And where in Married with Children, Kelly was like a ditzy, like ditz. Like a hot-looking ditz.
She was the atypical blonde stereotype.
And Unhappily Ever After, the girl, which I can't remember her name, was like the smart, but they still put her in, like, like mini skirts and shit like that. And she was like the hot version, the smart hot version of Kelly Bundy. Before Cosby's criminal trial, he would buy all the children on the island Christmas gifts.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was all Jell-O pudding pops.
I did remember he did the Jell-O. I forgot about that.
Rizzle razzle. Jell-O pudding pop.
And then they don't remember what happened after.
Well, like he used to always say, have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up.
That was classic. That was classic.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Doing the Richard Pryor skit.
Yeah.
Tell Bill I said have a Coke and a smile. Shut the fuck up. Do you remember? You left when we were talking about this. You just stepped out. I think it was.
Sorry, I had to pee.
I think it was the same people that did Married with Children left and did a spinoff called Unhappily Ever After.
No, I don't remember that.
It didn't last long, but where Al sold shoes, the father of this one sold used cars, and whenever they show the dad, like he'd sit down a bit on his favorite couch, and he had a stuffed bunny rabbit. And whenever nobody's around, the bunny rabbit would come to life, or it was supposed to be in his head, it would come to life.
It was a teddy bear.
Was it teddy bear?
Yeah.
It was Bobcat Goldthwait. He was.
That I don't remember.
Interesting shows they had back in the day.
You gotta admit, the shows back in the day were a lot better than some of them today.
Sometimes, like, even though it's reality TV, it's still semi-scripted. Like,
not semi.
It's scripted.
It's totally scripted. They're all actors and actresses. Right?
And Bobcat Goldthwait. He actually, I think, married the I think he married the girl that played the daughter in that show. I think. Comedians.
Nice.
I think.
Okay. I gotta step away a moment.
Okay.
Leaving the camera up so the cats can show themselves.
Did he? He didn't die, did he?
Who's that? I just saw Bobcat doing stand-up not too long ago.
Oh, Nikki Cox. That was her name. He was engaged to Nikki Cox. He didn't marry Nikki Cox. Or at one point he... Yeah, Nikki Cox played like the smart, hot-looking daughter where where Kelly Bundy was like the dumb blonde.
Okay.
It was a spin-off from Married Children. It's called Unhappily Ever After. I think it was the same people that the same creators they ended up leaving and doing their own thing.
Well, they didn't leave. Fox canceled the show.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, they never got a proper last episode. They went into work one day, and they were locked out of the studio.
Oh, damn! I didn't know that. Yeah, and Happily Ever After ran 1995 to 1999, 5 seasons. Oh no, it wasn't a teddy bear. It was a bunny rabbit because his name was Mr. Floppy.
Okay.
Let's see. You don't see comedy like that anymore. Or see shows like that anymore. You don't.
No.
That's sad.
They left you, son. All right, sorry.
Let's see. Gina, all the world's a stage, and we are merely players performing. Yeah, MFC, you're
It's true.
yeah, you're true.
My
That's
favorite
Shakespeare.
right here. My favorite chips.
That's still the one I got you?
Yeah.
Pringles.
Yeah, but they're Philly cheesesteak flavor.
Oh. Schmag. The smoking perverted gay stuffed bunny lived in the mouth. Discussing my toy bin or discuss.
Get out of here. This is what Bunny has.
We're going to do Shakespeare. To be
or not to
or
be.
Not to be. That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die,
That's all it is.
to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come. All right, I'll stop now. I should have been an actor.
Yes, you should have, or at least voice actor.
That one I could see.
A voice actor? I could see you being a voice actor. Oh.
So right now, I have most of the cats around me because they want my chips.
I'll be right back.
So we're back to this. It's the Mike Show with me. I'm Mike. It's the Mike Show. And we got lots of good guests.
So Olin was trying to actually take chips out of the Pringles container.
I believe it.
But this is what I'm dealing with right now in front of me.
I can't really. For one thing, your camera's backwards, I believe.
No, it's not.
Okay.
See? If you could read Pringles. It's a glare. Let me see. And Willow's sitting here like knocking everybody in the head, saying, "Nope, don't come near. Don't do it."
Shakespeare was a reinterpreter. Like Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, or they were all old stories. There were stories that had been around for hundreds of years before Shakespeare was even born, and then he basically brought them up to date to his modern time, and more or less like reinterpret. Like it's what we would call a reboot in today's vernacular. But
Damn,
I mean, a lot of his original writing, especially the sonnets. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Uh, his poetry was really good. He had a really good sense of timing. And or do you mean by imposter to say that Shakespeare was somebody who never existed? And I'm pretty sure he actually existed. I mean, he was an actor, director in the Globe Theater, and he was pretty well known. Even he was actually very celebrated during his life. So
Pretty soon it will be.
that damn iced tea. Made me go to the bathroom. Damn it. Something tells me I'm not going to work tonight. I'll end up doing it tomorrow.
I'm definitely not going to work until
Yeah.
next week.
But
Actually, no, now it's this week. Sorry.
Technically, no, it's not midnight yet. It's still Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So it would be next week. I will say though, the ice healing good. If anybody cares.
Of course we care.
That reminds me of Revenge of the Nerd. The one where it was not Revenge of the Nerds, not Revenge. Porky's 3, which was stupid, but I still watching it because it was Porky's. At the end, they tell see, I got to get back out there because it's been so long since I've been out there. I never had their milk, but I heard it's really good, better than like grocery store milk.
Oh yeah, it's fresh.
I got to get out there and get their ice cream. Well, thank you. And but no, at the end of Porky's 3, they're all getting ready to graduate, and they told Pee-wee, well, everyone but Pee-wee, they told this exchange student that it's an American custom to go walk the stage and be naked under your robe, and she goes, it's an American custom, yeah, and they're like, yeah. She goes, I love America. And she flashes Pee-wee, and she's like, yeah. And Pee-wee, like, gets a boner. And yeah, they did. They really did. Now in like 6 months, they figured they're gonna do this side. They're gonna do my left side. Wait, what about blueberries? Oh,
Blueberry.
I'm just a basic tea person when I do drink tea, and that's really rare. Like hot tea. In the wintertime, I like a cup of hot tea or a cup of hot cocoa.
Should go to Boston and have a party.
Yeah, throw the tea in the river like they did years ago.
Willow, she will hit you back. Willow's being a little bully.
Uh-oh. Willow,
Because
you
she tried that with Cleo, and Cleo hit her right back.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Cleo, she doesn't take shit.
She does that with
Oh,
Olin.
I've seen her do it.
She's not afraid of him. And he is the bully.
Yeah, Kingston's not that bad from what I read. I like West Pittston. It's quiet. Nobody bothers you. Unlike, all right, what's he holding up? Couldn't see. It was, I grew up and was raised in the East End of Wilkes-Barre. That area went to hell, like really fast.
It's actually one of the newest neighborhoods in the city, too.
Really?
Yeah, in fact, I think it is. It's like the last neighborhood that came into being.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I mean, all the houses are from like the 50s and, the 60s.
I think ours was built I think ours was built in the late 50s.
Yeah, because I mean, like the oldest sections of the city are South Wilkes-Barre and downtown. The next oldest would be North End. The building that I own, I think this place is something like 110, 120 years old. And Parsons, Miners Mills, I'm not sure when they were built. They were existing townships before they became part of the city. Like they were incorporated into the city. That's why, Wilkes-Barre technically has two main streets because, Main Street, it's not Miners Mills, East Main Street.
East Main Street is Miners Mills.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was East Main Street, Miners Mills. I mean, now it's East Main Street of Wilkes-Barre.
Right.
But like those are all, like I said, they existed as townships, like Wilkes-Barre Township. They existed as like townships and municipalities, and they were incorporated into the city. Heights is actually pretty old. The Heights, in fact, from its inception, the Heights was a bad area.
Yeah, yeah. I remember I was growing up. When we were growing up, the Heights was really bad.
But it was always bad. Like from the time like it came into being, I think the Heights came into being shortly after North End, and like it was all from the day it started. It was just bad. It's where all the poor people lived. It's where all the criminals lived.
I've never heard anything good out of the Heights, like at all. Even like when it was supposed to be good, it was still bad. Like,
well, they had like the revitalization project,
right? And they tried to make it nicer and stuff, and they did. But
I'm talking like the late 1800s. They had a revitalization project, and they tried to they renamed they renamed the school. They named the school, for the General's Army of the Republic. They named all the streets after Civil War generals. They try to make it like classy, and it just didn't work. Like I said, like the Heights was never a good place. Right from the day it started, it was not a good place.
Well, it's like OKT. Like they tried to rename it the something apartments, but it's still gonna be known as OKT.
Oh, OKT. I mean, that's been around since we were kids.
Yeah.
That's technically. I mean, that's
kind of like the interfaith apartments too.
Yeah, they changed it to something apartments, but it's
you got to remember there's a couple of different complexes in there. Interfaith is different from Vermin Hills,
right? But it's like they tried to change the name to because it had a bad reputation, and they tried, but everybody remembers it's still OKT.
Well, yeah, like when my grandfather, actually, my father's father, worked at the Steg, and he used to walk to work from He used to walk to work from Georgetown, and basically, like when he was working at the Stag, and you're talking, this is my grandfather, so this would be like in the right before and after the Great Depression. East End was woods.
Damn.
It didn't exist yet. Like I said, I don't think they started building into those woods until like the 50s or the 60s. Pretty sure it was the 50s. That's when you had all that, GI tract housing. You had all the expansion because, the baby boom and all that. People were repopulating after World War II. So the city was expanding, especially with coal. And they had to figure out places for all these people to live. So yeah, they expanded the city into those woods, and that became the east end of the city.
Yeah, I lived there till I was 25 years old. Then Mom sold the house.
Like I said, you're talking like it was like such an ancient place. It's actually the newest part of the city.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, the oldest parts are, like I said, downtown and South Wilkes-Barre, followed by the Heights and North End.
I remember the Butler Street Bridge when there was a bridge.
Well, there was actually
yeah.
a bridge there.
Yeah, it was a traffic overpass, same as the South Street Bridge.
Right.
Well, and I shouldn't say the same because Butler Street Bridge was metal. And it just got to the point where it was so rotten they couldn't do anything more with it, so they tore it down. And now the traffic up there, it's just the city has some ridiculous intersections. That's probably one of the worst.
One of them.
Yeah, if you look at right where the Butler Street Bridge ended from on the North End side. If you look at what they're doing to the old Sabre Room, oh my God!
The Sabre Room. God, I remember that name.
Yeah, it's like it was a restaurant right at the end of the Butler Street Bridge.
My dad knew the owner of the Sabre Room. He'd go down there like every once in a while. I hear my dad telling me, "I'm going to Sabre. I'll be down at the Sabre Room with whoever."
What always impressed me whenever my mom came home from hanging out with friends there or whatever, she'd always bring me back little parasol umbrellas from her drinks.
Oh, the little umbrellas.
Yeah, they're like made out of toothpicks and paper. I always thought they were neat.
Someone brought up the Wells house, or the Wells house or the Smurls. The Smurl house is not too far from where I'm at now. I don't know the exact location, but I know it's not too far away.
Yeah.
And I hear last time I talked about it was when FP was still with us doing the show, and he knew people that lived there, and there's still paranormal activity going on. Now again,
why do I think that the Wells house might have been in Irish Town?
Where's the Wells house?
I don't know. Smurls I'm semi-familiar with. Wells house I'm really not.
Wells house in Wilkes-Barre. Oh yeah, it's over in Wilkes-Barre.
On Wells Street? There is a Wells Street in Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
I believe it's in South Wilkes-Barre.
Trying to see if it tells... Yeah, 132 South of Wells Street, Wilkes-Barre, PA, 18702.
That sounds like South Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah.
And South Wilkes-Barre, you want to talk about the fall of a section of the city. South Wilkes-Barre is where the Wheelman Mansion is. It's where the Stegmeyer Mansion is. All the wealthy people, all the well-to-do people who started, the Stegmeyer Brewery, all the industry in this city. They all had their mansions and homes in South Wilkes-Barre. Look at it now. Oh my God!
Oh,
Like the wealthiest neighborhood in the city was South Wilkes-Barre. Now it's pretty much next to the Heights. It's probably the poorest.
There's, I can't remember the name, but if you go, well, it was when the old Carriette Bridge was still up. When you went over the Carriette Bridge, when you're coming from South Wilkes-Barre over to Cary Ave, there was that mansion that stood like right above. It's still there, but it's just now it's you don't see it because you're coming over the new bridge.
They converted it into apartments. I was actually in there one time, like partying.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
I think whoever remodeled it, I heard did a really good job. But it's like I remember also hearing when I went out back, there was like graveyards and crap and bodies and.
I like stuff like that.
I was like, damn. From what my mom told me a story about that house. It was originally who owned it or who used it was part of the coal miners. It was like the head coal mine, the head of the coal mines lived in that or owned it or had something to do with that house. And there was a lady, was it the wife or who knows? But back then there was no drug stores and stuff like that. So the lady would go door to door selling like needles and thread and thimbles and like sewing stuff. I never knew that. I was like, damn. But
MFC wants to hear more about the fall of Wilkes-Barre. I don't.
Oh, okay.
There's really, you can't really call it a fall. It was more like a slow roll. The absolute death knell was when the Knox mine disaster happened, and everybody's just started shutting the mines and the breakers down and everything. Because this city at one point had probably, I think, in the neighborhood of like 120,000 people, and now we're down to less than half that.
Well, they're starting to move back from New York
Okay.
and New Jersey, and
They weren't people who were originally from here, but
I heard East End has a lot of like slumlords.
oh god, yeah.
the whole city does.
Damn.
But North End was actually in its day. North End was more of a shopping district. If you look at North Main Street, like if you look on my cameras, you can see for yourself how wide the street is. Even with parking on both sides, you could run 3 lanes of traffic down North Main Street, and that's because it was a hub for the trolleys. Trolleys ran back and forth, up through here, and it was right where I live was a major trolley stop. It was called Mahoney's Corner because its last incarnation was Sailor's Furniture. It was on the corner of Hollenbeck and North Main and burned down.
Okay.
But that was Mahoney's store, and they were the Walmart of their day. It was like multi-floors. They sold food. They sold clothing. This is going back to like the 20s and the 30s. Back in that time, this place electricity was starting to become big. People were getting electrical into their homes and everything. And right where I'm sitting was a place called Trayer Brothers Electrical. And these guys would do your home wiring. They would, fix lights and fixtures. And in fact, Mr. Adams worked for PPL. He was like one of the executives at PPL Electric, the man who owned this building.
I think if I ever had the chance to go back in time, I'd want to go back to when everything just started coming out and to see the railroads, the trolleys,
railroads. Yeah, railroads were been around since the Transcontinental was completed shortly after the Civil War. Electrical didn't come into people didn't start having electrical in their homes until like the early 1900s. And even then, you had to be rich to do it. Same with telephones. Most people shared phones. You go to the general store or something to call somebody up at another general store because a month ago they wrote to you and said, call me at this time.
You would run over, or she would run over to that. Where that phone
Call me at
was.
this time on this day.
Right.
Yeah. And back then, that's why you have numbers on a telephone dial. Because all the prefix, why you have A2. Like, remember, like every number in this city began with A2, A24, A23,
Right.
A21. A26 was all government numbers. A2, if you look on the telephone keypad, A2 is WV. So yeah, you'd say to the operator, "Can you connect me to Wilkes-Barre 4, 3285?" That's my childhood phone number.
I still remember my childhood phone number and my grandmother's phone number. Mine was
remember my-
825-7889, which a lot of people got mixed up with Hoddle's number. I guess our number was off by 1. So we always kept getting calls for Hoddles. And my grandmother was 824-7941.
My first phone was 824-5983. That was my first phone number.
Interestingly enough, when I moved back to the city, when I got married and everything, and I was forced out of Mountaintop against my will, when I went to hook up a landline, I chose my childhood phone number. It happened to be available, so I got to have that number back for quite a few years.
Sorry, I gotta answer something. Look at me like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, basically, the trolley stopped running. In fact, if you look back on old newspapers and stuff, Mahoney's Corner was like a big meetup place. Like, oh, we're all going to a baseball game. Meet us at Mahoney's Corner.
Well, the trolley used to drop. The trolley used to stop right in front of Rocky Glen.
Okay.
When I remember hearing stories. My mom would tell me, like, my grandmother. Well, on my father's side, they would jump the trolley wherever, and they would go to Rocky Glen. They take them right. They would drop them right in the front of Rocky Glen. Do you have a picture of that somewhere? But it's like now it's all. I would love to see the trolleys back in the day. Howard the Duck, Leah Thompson. I think that's like.
I love that movie.
I think that was Leah Thompson's like first major TV or first movie.
But I'm pretty sure Huey Lewis and the News did that song.
I can't remember. And I know they did for Back to the Future.
Actually, not many people remember this, but Howard the Duck was actually produced by George Lucas. It's the one film that it was the one film that he ever produced that he totally disavows.
Really?
He hates it. But yeah, North End didn't really. Again, like I said, it was like a slow roll. North End didn't really fall. It just gradually fell apart. I mean, people started going downtown more and more for places like Boscov's and the shopping district that was here just kind of petered out.
Literally.
Yeah, you got Peter's Deli right up the street.
Well, I'm starting to get tired and I want to drink.
Yeah, I'm starting to get tired too. All right, it's almost midnight. Yeah, 3 minutes to midnight. 2 minutes to midnight. Okay, no, that's 2 minutes to midnight. Iron Maiden. All right, guys, it's another great show. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Until next week, same time, same platform.
Bat channel.
We'll
Have a
call
good
it that.
night.
Guys, have a great night. See you next week. Thanks all for hanging out. And again, check out the Shop Zone for your outside the box merch. We'll see you next week.